Hi guys and welcome back to Dial It Up. We are actually changing the format of the show only in the release schedule, in that it'll likely be a monthly show rather than when we were trying to make it a weekly show, just because there's not really enough content when it comes to the rules to keep this going and fresh every week. So recently I actually put up kind of a poll in our Married with Clix community Facebook page as to what you guys would actually like to see. I gave you 4 topics and this was the most voted on. And that is, we're going to talk about when powers and abilities are optional. So this one is, it confuses a lot of players, and there's almost every time a new set comes out, there will be at least one question put into the win as to whether or not X ability is optional. There is one really small, quick, easy trick to figure this out, and people will likely be kicking themselves when I tell you this, because it seems so simple. As remember in grade school when you needed to go to the washroom and you'd ask your teacher and you're like, can I go to the washroom? And she'd be all smug and be like, I don't know, can you? And you had to ask, may I go to the washroom? Yeah, that's optional abilities. If an ability or a power has the word may in it, it's optional. That is pretty much the only time in this game when an ability is optional. Now, that's not to be confused with the fact that you never have to give a character an action. If it's a power action, close combat action, move action, whatever, you don't have to give that power and that character an action, but that doesn't mean that that power is optional. That just means you don't have to do that. Much like free actions. They're not optional, you just don't have to give that character an action that turn. What I mean by that is, if you look at the actual wording, and we're going to go over a couple of pack powers that are actually optional, and you'll find what I mean about what I'm saying with the may word. The easiest one, this is one that a lot of people do remember, is willpower. This character may ignore pushing damage. Take the pushing damage, don't take the pushing damage. Because it says may, you have that option there. Powers that people forget are optional. Stuff like shape change. When this character is chosen as the target of an attack, you may roll a d6. Shape change, super senses, impervious are actually optional abilities. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to roll for them, but you don't have to. All because it says may in there. Now there's other wordings that may seem confusing when you have an ability that says when such and such happens, do this. Now those aren't optional, they're just triggered abilities. The only time you have a power that is optional is when it has the word may in it. What people find this confusing goes back to that grade school anecdote, is the can. When it says can use, that is a completely different keyword, key term in the game. I did an episode on it earlier. If you guys want to look up on that, I'll link it down below. And that's versus possesses versus can use, and the different terminology in that. Can use does not mean optional. If a character can use a power, it's using that power, unless that power itself is optional. And then you're looking for the word may. So hopefully I actually cleared up some confusion about this topic. But if you guys do have any comments, questions, concerns, just let me know down below, and we'll see you guys next time for another episode of Dial It Up.
So if it says can use Battle Fury, that means I have to use Battle Fury?